Hello? Testing? Testing, testing. Oh, wow. I hope you guys can hear me. Anyway, uh, uh, alright, we're on. Sweet. Anyway, greetings and salutations. This is just gonna be a quick stream for you guys. I haven't really streamed or in a long time, and I know I haven't really uploaded a video in a while. So I thought I would stream for you guys now. And, if somebody joins, great. And if not, you guys can always watch this later on. Anyway, first I want to thank you guys so much for all of the support that you showed me on my first series that I did on exposing sector, which is transportation, uh, uh, the transportation center, I guess, means of transportation in my area. Thank you guys so much for that support. It meant a lot to me. It really did. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on that. What's going on? What happened? So basically, what happened was, if you watched my last video, I said that Sector would be supplying me with basically a private bus home, like a special bus with a lift and everything for me home, which happened, but it didn't happen in the way that you would think. What happened was, oh, good, people are watching. Okay, well, hi, thanks for watching. Anyway, basically what happened was, they told me that they would supply me with a bus to take me home personally, which is fine. But what they failed to tell me is that I would have to wait at least an hour or so in order to get my ride. Now let me explain what I mean. I want to make sure I sound as clear and succinct and intelligent as possible. So bear with me for a moment. Anyway, in my area, there is something called CCT. Now, I'm not quite sure what that stands for. I can look it up, but I don't think anybody really cares. Anyway, it's basically a transportation system for people with disabilities. It's a door-to-door service, and that's what my transportation was going to offer me for the inconvenience of the elevator being broken. And I said, okay, cool. So on the first day, I go and how do I say this? On the first day, I go and the more I try to sound intelligent, the worse it gets. So let me reel it back and try this one more time. When I went to get on what's called CCT, I was told that every time I wanted to go home, I would have to call. And I asked the conductor, well, why can't I call the night before? And they said, because it's a courtesy ride, you always have to call once you get to the transportation center. And it had gotten to the point where I started having to wait. At first it was like 15 minutes, then it turned into 20 minutes, and then after a while it was like a whole hour. There were times where I was not getting home until late in the night, and that's not good. That's not what I signed up for, and that's not what was promised to me. So I was kind of pissed. Anyway, I tweeted SEPTA, I told them my issues, and I asked to speak to a supervisor, and they gave me a number to call, but I know that number. I've called that number, and I know I'm not going to get anywhere with it, so why even bother? I found another route to go home. It's really not that bad. It's just this is a a major inconvenience. Hold on. I'm letting everybody know that I'm streaming so they can come join. Okay, good. It was a major inconvenience. And I'm just fed up with people not doing what they said they're gonna do. If this wasn't gonna work out, you should have told me that it wasn't gonna work out. You should not have led me to believe one thing and then something else happens instead. So I'm really pissed about that. I'm glad I have a way home, and I'm glad that it's still a little out of my way, but at least it's consistent, and I would be home a lot faster than I would have been if I relied on the door to door service. So, in that aspect, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on that. Any new changes, I'll let you know because you guys have been super awesome and super supportive of my journey with advocating with public transportation. Anyway, now the final thing I kind of want to talk about today is where I'd like to go with the channel and what's to come for my next series. I talked it over with my camera guy Dan. You all should know Dan by now, and he and I both think that creating docu-series like I did with Scepter is the way to go. I enjoy doing it. He enjoys doing it. It takes a long time to edit, but it's worth it, and you guys seem to like it. So for this coming docu-series, I will be talking about the history of foster care. If you guys remember a while back, I made a video about my experience with foster care and how it my experience wasn't bad. It really wasn't. It had a few moments, but that had nothing to do with the people that I was living with. It just had to do with my biological mom and just feeling rejected and knowing there was a time where I found out that she didn't even tell anybody that she had a daughter. And that really hurt me a lot. So, and it still hurts me to this day to think about it. I know I'm 26, I should be over it, but it still hurts because if I had a kid, I would never deny my child ever. And I don't know how somebody else could deny that they have a child. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. Anyway, starting next week, I'm going to be starting my docu-series on the history of foster care, my experience in foster care, and where I want to go from there. From here on out, when it comes to videos, I will be doing a docu-series 1 week, and then I'll be taking off for about a week and a half. So you'll probably be getting about 9 videos a month because they're going to be docu-series back to back. But I need a week to do research and then another couple of days to start editing and putting things together. I really want to do my research on every topic that I choose, and I don't want you guys to think I'm talking out of my ass. I want to have sources. I want to be able to put them in the comments below. I want this to be an educational thing. So please know that if I'm not making videos, I'm researching and I'm doing all that I can to make sure that I am as educated on the subject as possible. After I do my series on foster care, I'm going to be doing the history of voting and why, in my opinion, it is so important that young people vote. I am sick and tired of hearing people, young and old, saying that their vote does not matter. It does matter, specifically in the African American community. I was talking with my mom, and sometimes I get things wrong, so I want to say I believe this is what she said because Anyway, I believe what she said was that in the African American community, we don't always vote, and all of our votes count. And it took us a long time to be able to have the privilege and ability to vote. Let me look this up right now because I want you guys to get an idea, an understanding. What year were African Americans able to vote? I should know this, and if my mom is watching this, I know she's going to be severely disappointed that I didn't know this right off the bat. But you know what? I'd rather say I don't know and look it up, because that's what Google is for. So, Black people were able to start voting in 1965. And we still have a lot of people in our community that feel as though we should not. We feel as though their vote doesn't matter when it does matter. So I want to touch on that. I want, especially young people, I want young people to know how important it is we need to vote. I want people to know how important it is for the 2018 primaries that we get as many Democrats in our corner as possible. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't like Trump. I don't like him at all. I think he's a scumbag. Honestly, I think he's a piece of shit. And even though we have to be stuck with him for 2 more years, if we could have a majority of Democrats in office, that would be wonderful. Nothing will probably get passed because everything will be at a standstill, but I don't care. It's important that we have mainly Democrats, because Trump is ruining our nation. I'm not going to get into how he's ruining our nation because there are a bunch of articles and stories about what he's doing, and if you're not watching the news, you should. So yeah, after we do foster care, we're going to be talking about the history of voting. I'm going to see if I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be out there getting young people registered to vote, preaching to them the importance, and we'll go from there. So those are the 2 major documentaries that are coming up on my channel. If you guys have any other suggestions on what you want to see after that, let me know. It would mean a lot to me. And with that said, I think I'm going to end the stream. I didn't want to talk for too long. How long have I been talking? 13 minutes and 15 seconds. Anyway, that's long enough, to be honest. Thank you all for watching. I'll have something up probably on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend. And I hope you're looking forward to the videos I will be making. Okay, bye.